Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so I'm going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what it is that we people really want. I just said it. It's in the sentence I just said before. Life is about you getting what you want out of life. Now, you can be a pious, lying person who's going to be negative, and you can lie to yourself, and then you're going to try to pass that lie on to everyone else, but we're not falling for it anymore. You're either a narcissist or you were lied to, trained, and conditioned by a narcissist. Because the teaching of Jesus was purposely mistranslated. Now, for those of you who are worried, is he getting religious on me? No, not at all. I'm not even going Christian. I'm not even going Jesus on you. I'm trying to explain something that has been infused into the Western mind, the Western communities, the Western countries. We were taught, "Thou shalt not want." That was a misunderstanding of the translation. It literally is saying, look, if you are saying, I want, then you won't have. If you imagine having, then you'll have it. If you imagine wanting it, you won't have. That's what Jesus was trying to say. Period. End of sentence. Whatever you imagine is what you get. So if you imagine wanting, you'll get more of wanting. If you imagine having, you'll get having. That's the way it works. That's prayer. That's manifestation. By the way, prayer and manifestation, same thing. Two different words saying the same thing. Hola means hello. Hello means hola. So here's what I'm saying. This is what my business is about. It's about you getting what you want out of life.
Pretty cool glasses, actually. They look really well.
You know, it was always really weird to me when you're in church with people that are millionaires or upper middle class, and they're always telling the poor people, oh, thou shalt not want, you shouldn't want things. You should just be happy with being poor. And I'm looking at them like you just drove up in a brand new $120,000 Mercedes-Benz. What are you talking about? Your home's worth $7 million. It was a really odd, weird, strange, creepy thing to see these people thriving, making all this money in their businesses or doing what it is that they wanted to do with their life and the things they wanted to have. But if you wanted it, it was suddenly bad. And I thought, what is this? This is just creepy. It's weird. If you want to know, it's narcissist and narcissist abuse. Yeah, there's a lot of narcissists in churches. Now, here's another thing I noticed. Let's say this person over here has 7 acres of land. They've got this $3 million home on the land. They've got, all this successful business. It was like, well, this is good, but you want to be a champion in boxing, or you want to be an artist, or you want to be, start a different business. Ooh, that's bad. Because in their mind, well, this is what God wants. So this is why we're successful. But you want this thing over here, and you shouldn't want that because that's not what I want. So a lot of people will project, well, this is the way I think, this is what I believe, and this is the way I am. Therefore, you must be the same as me. No. Because we wouldn't have any surgeons. We wouldn't have any doctors. We wouldn't have any artists. We wouldn't have any farmers. If everyone was exactly the same profession, with the same home, with the same education, there would be no other things. God puts desire in you because that's what God wants for you. So if you desire a totally different career, that's fine. I'm going to tell you right now, don't listen to people. Do not listen to other people to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, especially if they use the word of the Lord God. They're using that as a manipulation tactic. If they are not fully supporting you, fully on your side, 100% positive energy towards you, cut them out of your life. They will just be an anchor, and they're going to hold you back. There's a reason why God made some people really good at music. There's a reason why God made some people really good at science, some people good at surgery, some people good at math, some people good at business, some people good at whatever. because we need some people to fix the cars. We need some people to do the surgeries. We need some people to be the spiritual advisors. We need some people to be the artists, to people to make the food. So we have to have different talents in the world. So and here's the thing. Everyone thinks, well, yeah, but this is the way I think. I know, that's for you. That's the way you think. That's the way you are. I'm not you. You literally should say that to people if they try to influence you to go away from what you're trying to do. And if at that point they do it one more time, don't ever, ever, ever talk to them. All they're trying to do is narcissistically hold you back and hold you down and keep you from your happiness, your glory, and your prosperity. That's all they're doing, and that's all they're ever going to do to you, and they're going to continue to do it. I am telling you, say that to them one time. If they are too stupid to understand that, you need to get away from stupid people. So in the last video, we talked about projections are manifestations, that you are a projection, that you are a manifestation of a projection. Your physical flesh, your physical body, who you are is a projection, and projections create. In the last video, we also talked about the law of reversibility. In other words, if heat can create electricity, then electricity can create heat. Well, we know this is true now. They didn't know this a long time ago. See, the thing that we discovered in the last video is that you do project. Everybody projects. The only difference is start projecting what you want. Focus on it, think about it, talk about it, share it, watch videos about it, read books about it, look at magazines about it. Whatever it is that you want and desire in life, all you have to do is focus on it. That's creation, that's manifestation. Now, the other thing we learned in the last video is that beliefs are projections. Values are projections. Rules are projections. See, if you believe something, you intend it, and it's the intention that creates it. So we're going to add another word that empowers all of these things. See, the things like beliefs, rules, values, the decisions that you've made for your life, I am good, I am bad, I am powerful, I am weak, like life sucks or life is a blast, like this was all in the last video. Whatever your life is what your life becomes. Whatever you say, your I am, like Popeye says, I am Popeye the Sailor Man, toot toot, and he says, I am what I am. Jesus Christ says, I am that I am. Do you think that's a coincidence? No, they're saying your I am creates. Your life creates. So if you're, man, life sucks, well, watch that person for a while. I guarantee you their life's going to suck. But if your life is a dance, watch that person dance through life. Watch them get what they want. Watch them flow through challenges and problems a lot better. They dance around them. Listen and pay attention to their communications. Even though they're just talking and not physically moving, their communication is like a dance. People enjoy being around this. Therefore, they get better results out of life. My I am is, I am awesome. My life is awesome. Life is power. All right, now, so that's kind of a preview, but here's essentially what I'm going to say. Your intention is all of this. Your belief, your I am, your life is. You should write down, I am awesome. I am powerful. I am creative. I am artistic. I am loving. Find something that becomes the I am of who you are, and start saying that every chance you get. Write it down. Think about it. Say it out loud. I say, hey, a few of you are on my Facebook page, actually Candy, I think one other person. You guys watch, I'm going to pull some stuff down. Hold on. So here's something I learned about the unconscious mind. I learned it during NLP and hypnosis trainings. Whatever you say repeatedly over and over, especially when the phrase I am becomes really powerful over time. The phrase life is becomes really powerful over time. The more you say it, the more your unconscious mind goes, oh, okay. So that's what we believe, or that's what it is. Oh, okay. So it does everything in its power to create your life in that way. Now here's the thing. It uses deletion, distortion, and generalizations to make your life become that way and appear to you that way. See, if you can truly get your mind to believe that I am rich, I am successful, I am happy, it becomes. I am telling you, it makes the right decisions. Now here's the thing. If you say, oh, I'm broke, I'm poor, it goes, oh, okay, we're broke. Oh shit, well we can't have this nice Mercedes-Benz. Gotta lose that somehow. Gotta make a financial error somewhere. I am telling you, you think I'm joking. I am not joking. I know this because I've learned this and watched this happen in my life and other people's lives. See, when you talk bad about other people being rich, oh, that guy's probably a thief. Oh, he probably cheats, or he's probably, whatever. You're telling your unconscious mind that, well, rich people are these bad things. And your unconscious mind goes, oh, shit, screw that. So you either become those bad things and become rich, or you avoid becoming rich. Your unconscious mind has a really powerful natural ability. It goes away from bad and it goes towards good. So if you convince yourself that something is bad, literally, okay, let's take an avoidant. They literally think that getting close to someone, being loving and opening your heart emotionally is gonna be pain, that they're gonna get hurt. So they run away the minute they feel love. Now here's the deal. It doesn't matter if it's real or not. In fact, that's not true and that's not real, but because it's happened in the past, they think, okay, here we go again. It's like a neurological lie in their nervous system. It's a neurological mistake. That's not true. Like the story I shared with you either in the last video or the video before and probably a year or two ago, is I was basically abused by the women in my life, from my mother to sisters to whatever, at a young age. So whenever a girl would smile at me, I'm like, oh shit, danger, danger. Because that's what they would do before and during the abuse. They would smile, they would laugh. So until I fix this in therapy, I told you, shared stories with my best friend and his mother and sister. Beautiful family, always loving towards me. And this cute girl at the mall, we were at the mall, smiled at me. And his mom goes, Michael, go talk to that girl. She's been smiling at you. She wants to talk to you. I'm like, no way. And she's like, why? She's going to hurt me. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I remember when I heard her tone, it was like such a shock for her to hear it. Like, wait, what? And it kind of made me go, huh, yeah, that is kind of weird, huh? Now here's the worst part of it. I would avoid people that were actually good, nice people that had smiles on their faces, and I would only date women that were mean and angry, because the mean and angry look was not the signal of you're about to get hurt. And yet, I got into relationships with mean, angry people that hurt me all the time. Avoidants do the same thing in a very similar manner. The minute they start opening up to emotions and heart and intimacy and love, they're like, oh shit, every time I did this when I was a child, I got abused and punished severely. I'm out of here. It's just a mistake of the nervous system that can be changed. Why do you think I got involved in neurolinguistic programming, NLP, Ericksonian hypnosis, and timeline therapy? Why do you think I got certified all the way up to the trainer's training level? Because that's what helped me change this. This was one of the few things that worked for me, and nothing else worked. I thought, wow, this is awesome. So then I went to another practitioner. They helped me with this, and then a phobia, and then a fear. I'm like, man, what is this stuff? They're like, oh, it's called neurolinguistic programming. Boom, I dove in. Now I help other people change. I've mastered these arts. I mean, working with a phobia, literally, usually one session. 2 if I'm having a bad day. I'm talking about the kind of phobia that literally, this has happened twice, where the client would jump up on the table the minute you said the word spider or whatever it was, and their hands broke out in an instantaneous sweat. And I was like, holy shit. 1 session, no problem. Both of these people have been going to see psychologists and psychiatrists for over 10 years. 1 session, done. Now, people will begin to think, man, you're Jesus. No, I'm not Jesus, sincerely. I'm awesome. See, that's what I mean. I slip that in there every chance I get, and I started to become awesome. So this is one of the posts. Look, the reason I'm not perfect is because if I was, I would be God. And I should have wrote underneath that, I'm just awesome. Sorry, it says I would be a God. Now, here's the other thing that I learned about hypnosis. Be careful of what you say, because other people unconsciously take it on as if they said it, and their unconscious mind thinks that, oh, that's who I am now. So I'm always posting, I'm awesome, I'm powerful, I'm funny, I'm happy. Because when people read that, when people hear that, their unconscious mind is hearing, I am awesome, I am powerful, I am happy. See, what I realize is when I post stuff like that on my Facebook page, people are reading it like they're saying it to themselves. And their unconscious mind is receiving it like that. So they start to feel good. They start to believe in themselves. I'm doing it to you right now too. Have you ever noticed you feel really good after you listen to some of my videos? Words create. That's why I like to use like feel good, happy, love, powerful, I'm awesome, prosperity, because you feel those words. You picture, you see them, you feel them. Words have actual energy. How do you see? Words are vibrations. You can't hear me without the contrast and the vibration. Vibration are molecules, atoms, electrons, and particles moving around. You're getting the vibrations and particles of awesome, of love, of peace, and your body gets vibrated like this, and it feels good. It's empowering. It's freeing. It's like opening the gate, and you're free to go do what you want with your life now. Words are powerful. They create. Do you know what I'm actually doing? I'm giving you your power back by doing this. Everything I do is putting power back into your hands. Your power, your rightful power. It's always been there. You've always had access to it. I'm just showing it to you once again. This is why it's really important to listen to what Grandma told us when we were kids. Be careful who you hang out with. They'll rub off on you, and boy was Grandma right. What I used to do in my 20s when I was super depressed after my best friend died and my family was beating me down, the whole narcissist abuse stuff, I would read Tony Robbins' book over and over, Awaken the Giant Within. I read that book from beginning to end 13 times. I read Think and Grow Rich like 15 times. I read The Magic of Believing by Claudia M. Bristol. I've probably read that book 30 times now. Anytime I felt bad, I would find someone who was happy, who was successful, who made me feel good, because unconsciously they're using really good self-talk words. They're using like, yeah, life is awesome, I'm amazing, I think of it like this, and they're sharing these vibrations with you, and they rub off on you. The words also create images in your mind, and your body begins to get feelings and emotions from those images. So if you're listening to people that create wonderful images with their words, if they create wonderful vibrations and emotions and feelings with their words, you're going to start feeling better. Choose the books you want to read. Choose the seminars you want to go to. Choose the YouTube videos you want to listen to. Be careful of those tarot card readers. Now, some of them are good. Some of them use a lot of positivity. But then there's some of them like, oh, well, I'm going to help you with this problem. Boom, that's the first negative word I've said in this whole video so far right there. And, you have to understand, these people are talking behind your back and they're haters. Negative. See, I'm going to stop right there. Can you feel the difference already? That quick. Some of these people actually, I think, intend well, but man, they notice that they get a lot of followers, subscribers, because they're speaking negative about the problems of life. Whatever you focus on is what you're going to get, because that's what you're creating. So if people are always using words like struggling and problems and all these negative, get away, run. All right, that's it for that stuff. I don't want to go into. I'm going to go into the future into better stuff. So here's something I wrote on my Facebook page a few days ago. Not bragging or nothing, but I woke up today feeling awesome. And of course, my friends, they're laughing like, oh shit, there goes Mike again. You know what? It makes them feel good too. It really does. Terrence made a comment on a YouTube video I made about the silver and how, the physical silver is going up and this and this and that. And he said, actually, let me get his quote. Hold on. So he says, I'm glad silver coming up. I'm glad silver's coming up. P.S. Thank you for not just pushing fear mongering. And I wrote, I push awesome. So he responds with, think this surge will help the economy. Now, look how that just shifted it that fast. I posted this yesterday on my Facebook page. Today's January 11th, 2026. Reach for awesome. Okay, I'm going to remind you of something I've said in the past. Fear to power. You have to understand, emotions are just emotions. They're fuel. It's like gasoline in the gas tank. Now you've got fuel to go as fast as you want. Here's another one. What phrase is repeated 365 times in the Book of Awesome? Answer, be awesome. And of course, the Christian Fred said, no, it says do not fear. I'm like, dude, I'm talking about the Book of Awesome. You're talking about another book. But it's kind of cool that he looked at the Bible as the Book of Awesome, because so do I actually. Okay, sorry about the sidestep. So here it is. If you're in a state of fear, anxiety, like I don't have enough money, what am I going to do? Oh my God, that's the best time to manifest. That's the best time to pray for having. See, the answer to your dilemma, the answer to your fear, your Savior is having it. So let's say you needed $3,000 to pay off your home mortgage or rent or monthly rent, whatever it is. And you're in a state of fear and you imagine holding it. Imagine somebody handing it to you or getting a check in the mail or money in the mail or whatever it is. And just imagine it. Whoa, it's right. And you're holding it. That's the Savior. It's the having of it. When you imagine having something to the extent that you get caught up in the daydream, that's when it comes. See, that's the thing about daydreaming. Daydreaming is a wonderful tool, especially, and usually when you daydream, it's because you're daydreaming about something wonderful, about having a girlfriend or boyfriend or someone loving you or having that car. Oh, that'd be so cool. You imagine driving the car. Again, when I was a little kid, I was in like second grade or first grade or something. I remember looking out the window. It's like second period, probably math class, but I just remember the teacher droning out, wah, wah, wah. I remember it was getting close to Christmas. Like, man, I wanted this one bike they had at the store so bad. I'm looking out the window, but here's what happened. I got caught up in the daydream so much that I saw myself riding the bike down the walkway, the path, going up and over the bridge that goes over the little creek and going down to the other side. And I remember looking to my friend, waving at her and her friend. And right then the teacher goes, Michael, are you daydreaming again? Snapped me right out of it, man. And oh, no. Yes, you were. Look, I'm sorry. And so then, next thing you know, guess what I got for Christmas? That exact bike. Forget everything I just said. Forget it. I'm starting right now. Forget everything you've read, everything you've heard. Forget your teacher saying, are you daydreaming? Forget everything. Act like today's day one of everything. I'm going to say one simple, quick, easy thing. You want to have? Daydream. That's it. Done.
That is pretty. Wow. Pretty.
Do you know why I'm showing you these videos? Because it causes you to imagine, man, that'd be so cool to ride across the Golden Gate Bridge. That would be so cool to be right there and to walk along or ride a bicycle there. It puts it in your imagination. This music is emotional. Emotions create it. It's the emotions that make it faster. All right, I'm going to say it again. Manifestation in prayer is one thing. You just get so caught up in the daydream that for a moment, maybe 30 seconds, maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, it's like you're right there right now. It's as if you got so caught up in the dream that you think it's real for those few moments. That's manifestation. Done. Do you know what I'm really, really good at? I'm really good at making people feel good no matter how how shitty the situation, if there's one thing I'm good at, it's making people feel good. It's healing people's emotions for life. I promise you, if you ever work with me, whatever your problem was, it will be shifted and changed for the better for the rest of your life. Period. End of sentence. Hands down. No questions about it. See, you think you have problems? I say you have misunderstandings. I say you have misperspectives. I say you're using a belief that isn't functioning in the way that you want it to work for you. I say you are intending the wrong thing, not realizing you're intending the wrong thing. Once you understand how your beliefs, your rules, your values, your intentions, your projections create your manifestations, you suddenly start to go, wait a minute. That means I can change all of this. Yes, that's what I've been trying to say to you guys for 6 years now. Shift into a new reality. You are the creator. You've always been the creator. You can't blame God for this. You can't blame me. You can't blame anyone but yourself. And the moment you do blame you, the moment you take power over it, the moment you start creating what it is that you've always wanted in life now. You can change your beliefs. A lot of people, I can't change my belief. It's written in stone. No, it's not. It's written in ether, which means you can change it. Honestly, where are your beliefs written in stone? Show me. You used to believe in the tooth fairy, didn't you? I mean, you really, really believed in the tooth fairy, at least at one point in time. Another thing that you used to truly, truly believe with all your heart and with all your soul is Santa Claus. You really believe this fat, chubby man with a big white beard, a big red coat and pants would come down the chimney after he was riding with the reindeer up in the sky, would come down and give you gifts and presents. And mommy and daddy would leave out cookies and milk for him. And then one day, your little brother, who was 1.5 years older than you, said, Santa Claus isn't real. Yes, he is. No, that's mom and dad. Watch, we'll go up tonight, Christmas Eve, and we'll look over, because the stairs were down, we were like downstairs, so we'd go up these like 5-6 steps, and you could peek over them and look into the living room. Watch, it's mom and dad putting the presents out there, and sure enough, we did it. And I would go, shut up, they're going to catch us. Yank me back to my bed, and I'm crying, no, it's not true. It was heart-wrenching. It was heartbreaking. But that means you can change your beliefs. Beliefs are not real. They're made up. That's why they're called beliefs. Well, look at the actual meaning of the word belief. It's like, well, I believe this. That doesn't mean it's real. It literally is saying it doesn't mean it's real. It's just something I believe. So, Mike, what are you trying to say? All right, I'm just going to say it. You are Santa Claus. You're the one who delivered the gifts. And because nobody told you this after they shattered your belief, you stopped getting gifts in life, didn't you? I'm going to say the F word, I'm sorry, but I have to. Because before someone shattered that belief, it was so fucking easy to get gifts. They were right there under the tree. Some man I never met comes and delivers them every year. Because you believed it. That's the manifestation. Beliefs are intentions. Rules are intentions. Values are intentions. Perspectives are intentions. You create everything by intention. All of these things, perspective, belief, value, all of this stuff we're talking about is projection. Whatever you intend gets projected. Now it's created. Because you believed in truth. Now here's the thing. It was a faith of the size of mustard seed. It was like, yeah, well, I know Santa Claus is coming on Christmas. That's what he does. I know I'm going to get gifts because Santa brings me gifts. And because you believed it so purely, it happened. Flawlessly. Effortlessly. And that was the lesson. Whatever you believe, whatever you truly just believe naturally, it's flawless. It's effortless. The good and the bad. What I'm trying to tell you, you're creating both. You always have. When they shattered your belief, the challenge in life was for you to remember that. To be like, wait a minute, is that why I always got what I wanted? Is that why there was always these gifts under the tree every... Yes. Alright, when I was a kid, I became state champion in the state of Wisconsin. I think it was in under 9 months or around 9 months. I did it in less than a year. My first match, I lost to the former state champion by 1 point. And I cried and I cried and I cried. And my coach was like, Mikey, it's okay. He was a state champion. As I look back now, like, why would you make my first match against the former state champion? He grew up in a boxing family. His dad owned the boxing gym in, I think it was Racine, Wisconsin, or another city down that way. I think it was Racine, but it might have been another city. If I see it, I'll know it. But the point being is, like, the kid's known boxing since the day he was born. He started training when he was like 2 years old. My coach is like, Mikey, give it some time. You're going to catch up. And I'm going to be the state champ. And I sit right there in the ring, right in front of that kid, right after he got the trophy, right in front of his coaches. I'm going to win the state champion this year. It's going to happen. My coach is like, Mikey, it's going to take time. And I remember his coach and that kid looking like, damn, like, because they could hear it in my voice. My coach kept trying to console me, saying, hey, give it another 2 years. It's going to take time. No. And so I worked my ass off like you would not fucking believe. And I remember when we weighed in, when he looked across to me like, holy shit. When we walked into the ring, him and his dad, they were like, oh shit. Like, they knew, I'm going to win. That's because it was so solid in me. I walked in there and everyone knew it was going to win. Everyone. The judges knew. The referee knew. My coaches knew. And everyone was in awe of this damn kid who's brand new to the sport. And the whole crowd went quiet. And I won. Hands down. I dominated that fight. Because I absolutely knew, beyond a shot of a doubt, that Santa Claus was coming down the chimney and he was going to deliver me that bicycle that I wanted. That's why I won that state championship. I believed it so purely that there was no other option. That's how badly I wanted it. I'm not saying, oh, there's no other option, do or die. That's not what I'm saying. No, Santa Claus is coming. He's going to deliver the presents. That's what I'm talking about. There's a funny thing that happens when you truly want something more than life itself. It becomes. It happens. Last piece. Let's shift your focus. There's only two kind of people on the planet. There's only two types, and here's what I mean. Remember, your unconscious mind, like an obedient servant, literally gives you whatever you tell it. Whatever images you show to it, it goes, oh, okay. If you think I made any of this video consciously, you are probably smoking some crack cocaine, okay? There's no freaking way. Here's the deal. I have no notes. I just got inspired and I just started talking. I have an image in my mind and my unconscious mind is painting it for me. It's going, okay, here we go. It's doing it. I'm not doing it. Right now, I'm waving my right hand around kind of passionately. Did you know there's over 212 muscles, tendons, ligaments, and whatever that are, or movements that are involved in just raising your hand up in the air? You didn't do any of that consciously. You gave it an image. That's the only conscious thing that you did. I want it to raise up. I want to squeeze. I want to push. I want to pull. I want it left. I want it right. That's all you're doing is giving it images. That's all you're doing. And it goes, okay. It's doing it. There's no way you said, okay, muscle number 1, tighten up at 10 pounds. Muscle number 2, tighten up at 7.3 pounds. Muscle number 4, you're not doing that consciously. You're just raising your freaking arm and your unconscious mind is doing the rest of it. This is why your intention is so important. This is why your perspective, your beliefs are manifestors. They are the projections. They are what manifests. If you believe you can, then you can. If you believe you can't, then you can't. Done. Whatever you believe, you are right. Period. And I don't even argue with you. I accept it. Awesome, dude. So you can't do it. Right on, man. You did good. You literally made it to where you can't. Success. Mike, are you being a smartass right now? No. No, I'm trying to tell you, congratulations. Because see, what you're not realizing is like, you did that very successfully. Your perspective, your beliefs created that. You created something. There is no right or wrong. There is no good or bad. The entire goal of you to be here on the planet is to realize, to finally remember, to finally be aware of, to finally notice, to finally see, wait a minute, I've created all this shit in my life, which means, now I turn to my left 180 degrees, now I'm going to turn right, which means, I'm turning around 180 degrees, pointing the other way, I can create everything that I want. Now let's wrap something up I was saying earlier about when you're in a state of fear and you're panicking, worrying, oh my God, that's emotions. That means you got powerful emotions. All you need to do is lay down on your bed, sit down, whatever you got to do, and really focus on having what it is that you want, because having that is your savior. The purpose of saying this, the point is this. When you have all that energy going, fear and worry, and oh my God, when you imagine having what you want, it creates it faster. It creates it more definitely because the emotions are what gave it the power. So if you are terrified, if you are worried beyond belief, if you are have a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, that is power. Use it. Force yourself to get into a space of having what it is that you need. So there's two kind of people. Number one, there's the person who doesn't believe they can do it. They're the I can't people. What did I tell you about I am this, I am that, life is this, life is that? Well, there's also the I, whatever comes after it. I can't or I can. I believe, I don't believe. And that's what you create. For those of you who try to shut you down by saying, oh, Jesus says thou shalt not want. So what am I supposed to do? Not go to work, not try to buy a house, not try to be able to afford a family, not be able to try to fucking put food on my table? I'm supposed to do absolutely nothing? Are you high? This is a gift for you to do what you want with your life. Whatever you want to do with your life. Yeah, but Mike, the Bible says in Ecclesiastes in the book of Isaiah, if it's the will of the Lord. Yeah, the will of the Lord is the desire He put in your heart. Now go do it. Okay, let me ask you a question, because that's actually what a Christian said to me one day. I'm like, oh, so that's your excuse not to manifest. That's your excuse not to do as Jesus says. If you believe, you shall receive whatever you ask for in prayer. So you got a bunch of excuses to say, I don't actually believe in what Jesus said. And congratulations, because you believe that and you organize that in such a fashion that you're saying, well, I can't do it because I'm not Jesus, and it's not the Lord's will because the people in church told me it's not, because they're farmers and I want to start a business and they say that's wrong. It's not the will of the Lord. There's this thing called the heartbeat inside you. I'm telling you right now, if you literally have a heartbeat, I'm not kidding. If you have a heartbeat, you have a desire. Desires come from God. If God wants you to start a farm, go start a farm. If God wants you to be a plumber, go be a plumber. If God wants you to be an artist, go be an artist. But Mike, it says in Isaiah, the will of the Lord. Okay, so where in the last 39 minutes did I say go kill someone? Go be a murderer, a thief, steal, smash buildings. Where did I say any evil, negative thing? I didn't. The minute your mind goes to negativity and evil, that's your shit. I have nothing to do with that. Go create a life-saving device that they said was impossible to do. Go create a better way for children to learn. Go create a better way for safer transportation. Do something with the gifts that God gave you. That's what I'm saying. But Mike, how do I know? because it'll be an unstoppable desire and drive in your heart and soul that you cannot resist it.
I can't name what's inside, but it keeps me terrified. This fury wears my face, and I can't find a single trace.
The minute somebody wants to put the power in your hands, it's your power. I'm not actually putting it in your hands. It's already there. I'm revealing it. And I'm saying go use it. Go see how far you can go without limitations, without any lies, without listening to the people that are telling you not to because, well, they don't believe it's supposed to be. How could they know? Because it's not their desire. God didn't put it in their heart. He put it in your heart. Their desire is their desire, and your desire is your desire. That's what you're supposed to do. If your desire is to be with someone, then be with that person. Stop fighting it. The discovery is not just finding your abilities and your power. The discovery is finding God and realizing God has always been there. Any person that is keeping you from that is not a person I'd have in my life. So there's two kinds of people. There's the people who say, "Oh, I don't believe I can do that," and they shut down. So so here's what they do. Their intention is, "I can't," so therefore that's what they get. But then there's the other people. There's the other side of the fence. The people that believe they can. Now remember, if you don't want to do something, you don't have to. But if you do want to do something so badly, you will find a way. Here's the thing. You don't actually have to believe. You just have to want it so badly that you can't get it out of your mind. You can't get it out of your heart. So the first person just gives up. They don't even try. The second person, they want it so badly. Now, you know how, okay, you guys know how over the last couple of years or 5 years I've been talking about the right brain is about options and possibilities. The left brain's in the box. It can only see one thing at a time, one piece of the puzzle. The right brain is designed to look for options and possibilities. See, this is something that I remember women told me years ago. See, the difference between men and women is women can outthink you. They can spin circles around you. They can go over you. They can go to the left. They can go to the right. They can go underneath you. See, you get married to a woman, and here's the rules, and here's the way it's supposed to be. Well, remember the rules is left brain. It's very narrow. The left brain processes information through rules, structure, and organization. The right brain processes information through options and possibilities. It goes, okay, well, you never said I couldn't do this. And men are going, oh, yeah, but what? You've never said that. Options and possibilities will always outbeat rules. So here's the deal. People at the top, now I'm talking to men right now, because a lot of men think, no, it's about logic, Mike. Tom Brady was not a logical dude. He was an options and possibilities dude. That dude was always trying to figure out, okay, shit, we're stuck. What are we going to do? Well, I don't know. Maybe we can go around the left. Let's go to the right. Well, you know what we could do? You could do a chop block, but instead of actually chop blocking, hesitate and then do it. You know what you could do? If you do this, then we can do that, and then Gronk can do that. And then, see, it's all about options and possibilities. The leaders, the people at the top of the heap, especially the men, are very right brain creative people, because the right brain creativity itself means options and possibilities. See, people in the left brain are always stuck. They're just stuck in life. Well, this is just the way it is. I make this much money. That's it. Because the left brain looks down a little, like you're looking down a hose. It's only about 1 inch wide, and all you can see is what it's at the end of that hose, or the end of that, like hunter's rifle, that scope. You see that little circle, that little dot on the target. You can't see anything to the left, to the right, or up or down. Even if you turn your head, you're still only seeing that little dot or that one little circle, that little 1 inch, wide and up to down circle. When you're in the right brain, you open up to it's like your vision widens all the way up to the left, all the way to the right, all the way up, all the way behind you, all the way down, and you're seeing a global expansion of options and possibilities. Now at this place, you get to pick what is the best one or which ones you think will work better than the other ones. So all of a sudden, you're having massive success in your field. I give you Tom Brady. Leaders are very right-brained people. Now here's the deal. All this stuff that I'm teaching you, that I'm talking about over the years, where do you think I learned this? Well, from books on manifestation. No. I learned it from sports, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, football, collegiate wrestling, and on and on. Everything you learn about manifesting, we talk about in football. Because we want to win so badly. But now we don't call it manifesting, but we're like, Gronk, but if you do this, and see, it's all about creative thinking. And here's the thing that we already have, victory. Once we already have victory in hand, it happens. Because we imagine it has already happened. We already have it. That's the secret to manifestation. See, here's one of the things that I haven't really told you yet. You can't make a plan. You can't design the steps to achieve the goal until you already have the goal, until you already have the championship, until you already own the car. The minute you own the car in your mind, awesome, all the steps to getting that goal happen. They literally magically. I'm not kidding. I mean this literally and sincerely. They pop up. You're like, well, I got to make this much money. I've got to make this much money to pay this much money for my house, for my rent, for my this, for my insurance, for my clothing, for my gas, for my food, and then I have to have this much money to pay for the monthly payments for the car. All of a sudden, all the things start popping up. You're like, oh, so this is what I need to do in order to achieve that goal. So all of a sudden, you know exactly what to do and how to do it. It literally pops up. That's the way goals work. They work in reverse. Everything I've learned about prayer, manifestation, and goal setting is you have to see the goal achieved before you have the plan. So you see yourself raising the trophy at the end of the Super Bowl. You're the Super Bowl hero. You're the Super Bowl champion. You're the Super Bowl victory. Your team is the one that won. You're the ones that are celebrating. So then you go, what do we have to do? Well, we have to win this many games to get to the playoffs. Okay. Well, how many touchdowns do we need to make? Well, we need to make this many touchdowns every game in order to make sure that we win each game so we can get to the... So then how many yards do we have to... So everything gets broken down into smaller and smaller goals until each little goal is so easy that you can do anything. See, most people think, oh, I got to do these big things. No, it's the little tiny parts of each goal that make each step possible. You achieve massive goals by focusing on the first tiny little step. If you can't achieve one of the goals within the goals, like one of the steps, it's because that step is too big. You have to go back down and go, okay, well, what's not here? Well, you're not strong enough to block that guy. So what does that mean? That means you got to do more bench press. You got to do more squats. Okay, well, how many sets, how many reps, and how long? It's going to take 5 weeks, this many sets, this many reps at this weight, at that weight, and then eating this amount of protein. See, you break everything down to such minuscule goals that you can achieve anything. Now you've got this step. Now we can move on to the next one. That's how goal setting works. If you've set goals in the past and you haven't achieved them, that's why. So Tom Brady gets to the Super Bowl. And they're like, okay, well, this other team over the year has averaged this many touchdowns per game. Their defense has averaged this many stoppages and so many yards against offenses. So what we've got to do, we got to get this many yards. We got to get this many touchdowns, this many field goals. We got to get Gronk this many. He's a tight end, by the way. This many catches because Gronk averages this many yards. We got to get our running back the ball this many times because he averages this, which means our offensive lineman, you've got to stop that block. You have to do this many times in the game. So everything gets broken down to such small details that you already won before you even walked into the game. So that's it. There's 2 parts of it. Know what you want. Imagine having it. Feel it. See it. And here's the thing. Okay, watch this. When I first got into boxing, I wanted to be the state champion so bad. I'll be honest with you, you know why I cried? I cried. I was hyperventilating. I was sobbing, and they finally got my corner. That gave me some water. Like, hey man, just like slow. I think a doctor even brought it back. I was hyperventilating. That's how bad I was crying. I'm not kidding. Do you know why? Because my dream got shattered. You're like, what are you talking about? It was your first match. I didn't think anyone was going to beat me. I'm going to be the state champion. Now here's the thing I don't told you. He was already a 2-time state champion before I fought him for my first match. In a million years, I didn't think anyone could beat me. And I damn near won that fight. I lost by 1 point. My coach was just looking like, Mikey, what's the problem? He was the state champion last year. You know, his dad's a coach, and he grew up, and you know, he's trying. And I remember looking at my coach like, what's wrong with you? My coach was so flabbergasted, like, why would you have such a high expectation? When this happened, it shattered everything. I don't know how to explain it to you. I know Santa's coming. He always comes. When my brother told me Santa wasn't real and proved it to me, it shattered everything. I did everything in my power. And you know what? That loss was the best thing that ever happened. All of a sudden I went jog from 1 mile or 2 miles in the morning or whatever it was to 2 miles to 3 to 4 to 5. Next thing it was 7 miles at the fastest pace you could fucking imagine. Doing 300 push-ups, 300 sit-ups, 300 jumping jacks, just intensely training like a psycho. Oh, I won. When we came back, they thought they were going to win. I destroyed that kid. That loss, that emotional devastation was part of the journey. It kicked me in the ass so damn hard that I did everything in my power to achieve that goal. That's how you know you want something. If I would have won that match, I probably would have slacked off the rest of the year. Probably would have won the other matches, but then got the state championship and probably lost. Sometimes it's the loss, depending on how you take it. And I took it bad, extreme. The emotions, the fuel in my gas tank were through the roof. I had so much fuel, nothing stopped me. Losing is unacceptable. Period. End of sentence. That's not even a part of our vocabulary. Winning is everything. You know, it's funny. When I was on this goal, nobody deterred me. Now they tried. Oh yeah, well, anytime I'd have a bruise or I got hurt or when I lost that match, everyone's like, "Oh, you should just quit, Michael. You know, you don't know how to box. You're no good." I almost beat the state championship. What do you mean? The state champion last year. What do you mean I'm no good? What are you talking about? I'm like the second best in the state. It was my first match. That's my point. My brain didn't go, "Oh, really? Oh, I'm no good. Oh, okay." No, I wanted this so badly that people that were saying stuff like that, I remember at one point, I looked at my brother like, it was almost like he wasn't speaking English. I couldn't even understand what he was saying. See, winners and losers have two different languages. Now, you think I'm joking. I'm not joking. I don't understand loser language. I don't understand. It doesn't. I mean, I don't speak Russian either. It's like you're speaking gibberish to me, man. If you're not speaking winners, I'm looking at you like, well, what's this guy saying? I don't know. So it doesn't bother me. Literally, here's my point. When you have a goal that powerful that you want that bad, see, okay. So, I'm in my 20s. I'd won all these championships and done all this stuff in my life. And I'm going to Tony Robbins. I'm like, okay, what you got to do? You got to get away from people that are saying negative things. I'm like, oh, okay. And the funny thing is, after 4 or 5 years, I'm like, I've already been doing this my whole life. I didn't need to read that in a book. I didn't need to learn this from Tony Robbins. A lot of people recommended the book Think and Grow Rich a lot, including Tony Robbins. You got to read it every year for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. Everything I read in the book Think and Grow Rich, I was already doing it. Now there's a magic secret in there, and he doesn't directly reveal it, but it's said on every page. And I'm going to tell you what it is. I've already said it in this video. When you want something so bad, here it is, number 1, desire. There's 2 keys, he says. There's 2 keys, and he says, I'm not going to directly tell it to you. The number 1 is you want something so bad, and he says you already have the second piece. And that second key is you'll do whatever it takes to make it happen. Period, end of sentence, done. Now that popped out to me right away, and I thought, well, I see the secret. He actually doesn't directly tell you. I just directly told you. And I realized I've already done this in every endeavor, every goal that I've set. Because this is what happens. You don't need to read those books when you truly go after what you want. Everything else will happen. Your brain already understands how to do it. And it's so unconscious. I remember I used to just walk away from people. I mean, I remember people would be negative, and here I am like bench pressing and doing this, and they'd say something negative. I would just walk away. And as I look back now, I was like, wow, that was my unconscious mind going, yeah, bro, we're not on the same vibe. And it's literally like energy, like vibrations, like electromagnetic energy. Like we don't, it's like, you know when you have two magnets and you turn them like in a certain way, they push away from each other? That's what it was like. I'm telling you, people that are negative, they won't listen to this video. It will literally repel them. And I'm going, awesome. See, as I look back now, it's like those negative words fell on deaf ears. It was like they were a ghost, like they were a wisp, like they were kind of like you're watching a movie and one person's kind of faded out. It was like, and the Charlie Brown where the cheese were, I couldn't understand them. I couldn't hear them. I almost couldn't see them. And I would just walk right by as they were being negative, not even knowing that they were being negative. Your unconscious mind will take you wherever you show it. What image are you showing it? God bless you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope for some of you this radically shifts your life. I'll see you at the Super Bowl. God bless you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you liked the video, please click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment. And if you want, you can go ahead and make a donation. There's a PayPal link right there in the description box. There's also a thank you heart right there, right above the description box below the video on the right. All right, guys. See you soon. Bye.